Hey, what's up? This is Joel from GamePlaysNow coming at you with a whole new video game series. Now, why do we have an introductory video for this game series? Because we haven't really done them before. Well, this game's a little bit different from the games we've played in the past. Everything up to this point on the channel, the games we've played have been rated E for everyone or T for teen. The game we're about to play is rated M for mature audiences only, and I strongly encourage that if there's any parents out there who let their kids watch this channel, maybe have them sit this one out. You see, per the eSerb rating on the back of the box, this game is rated M for intense violence, blood and gore, and language. And those are all things that this channel really hasn't seen since it started over a year ago. But I love this game. It's one of my all-time favorites, and I couldn't keep going without playing it. With that statement out of the way, if you're still with us, welcome aboard. Get cozy. Let's turn down the lights. Let's get this thing started. GamePlaysNow Resident Evil 4 starts now. Happy weekend. Welcome back to GamePlaysNow to our first video of our Resident Evil 4 playthrough. This is a first for the channel. As you heard before, this is our first M-rated game that we're going to play. It is one of my favorites and I am super excited. I've been waiting a long time to play this game. Not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it.
Resident Evil.
We'll talk about the game, my experiences, why I love the game as we get into this. But for now, let's see what is going on.
I'll never forget it. It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains. Soon after, the news was out to the whole world, revealing that it was the fault of a secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella. The virus broke out in a nearby mountain community, Raccoon City, and hit the peaceful little town with a devastating blow crippling its very foundation. Not taking any chances, the President of the United States ordered a contingency plan to sterilize Raccoon City. With the whole affair gone public, the United States government issued an indefinite suspension of business decree to Umbrella. Soon its stock prices crashed, and for all intents and purposes, Umbrella was finished.
Resident Evil 4.
6 years have passed since that horrendous incident. I received special training via a secret organization working under the direct control of the President. I was to assume the responsibility of protecting the new President's family.
Coño, why am I the one who always gets the short end of the stick?
You, who are you really? Come on and tell us. You are a long way from home, cowboy. You have my sympathies.
Guess that's a local's way of breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the President's missing daughter.
What? All by yourself?
I'm sure you boys didn't just tag along so we could sing Kumbaya together at some Boy Scout bonfire. Then again, maybe you did.
Oh, you crazy American. It's a direct order from the chief himself. I tell you, it's no picnic.
I'm counting on you guys.
It's a long intro. We'll get to the gameplay in just a second. Don't want to skip any of the good parts, though.
It was right before I was to take on my duties of protecting the President's daughter when she was abducted. That's the ultimate reason I'm in this lonely and rural part of Europe. According to our intelligence, there's reliable information about a sighting of a girl that looks very similar to the President's daughter. Apparently, she's being withheld by some unidentified group of people. Who would have thought that my first job would have been a rescue mission?
It's freezing. So cold all of a sudden. Must be my imagination. Sorry it took so long.
Just up ahead is the village.
I'll go and have a look around.
We'll stay and watch the car. Don't want to get any parking tickets.
Right. Parking tickets.
Good luck.
Jeez. Who are these guys?
Did you say something?
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little older. So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
That's right. She's the daughter of the president. So try to behave yourself, okay?
Whoever this group is, they sure picked the wrong girl to kidnap.
I'll try to find some more information on my end as well.
Good. Talk to you later. Leon out.
Okay, so after 4 minutes of cutscenes, it's probably the longest of the game, I think. This is Resident Evil 4, and for those unfamiliar with the series, this is a horror genre. This was the first of the series to have the over-the-shoulder 3D view. Prior games had the fixed camera angles. Similar control scheme where you have the tank controls, and if you're not familiar with it, I recommend trying out any of the other Resident Evil games up until 7. It's kind of hard to describe, but we're gonna go on. We're playing as you heard, an operative trying to find the president's daughter. So that is the basis of our game. That's all you have to go off of. This is a shooter, a little more shooter-oriented than the previous Resident Evil games. I would say this is probably in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Possibly my favorite Resident Evil game, but that's a whole other discussion. What's great about this game is it's very linear, but there's a lot of opportunities to sort of check your environment. So, for instance, if we go back this way,
Not that way, cowboy.
we trigger a little cutscene, so we know we're not supposed to go that way. We'll get little indicator icons to gain more intel.
Forget your makeup or something?
Campy dialogue, a staple of the Resident Evil series. But yeah, I decided to do this game instead of any of the other ones, sort of in preparation for Resident Evil 2, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. We're going to approach this house and deal with our first encounter. So let's check it out.
Excuse me. Sir?
Oh, he looks happy to see
I
you.
was wondering if you might recognize the girl in this photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? Lárgate, cabrón!
Sorry to have bothered you.
Need Google Translator for this. I don't know what he said. Uh-oh. End credits. Get used to that music.
I said freeze!
This is pretty much every encounter. We will experience this music. So, this is not Mario. This is not Crash Bandicoot. This is Resident Evil, so get used to blood and violence. We got more people coming our way.
Shit.
Is everything okay?
There was a hostile local. I had no choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures necessary to save the subject.
Understood.
Alright, so we are going to work on securing this house. Well, no, we're not. We're going to explore whatever we can in this house and then get out of here. Ooh. Indeed it does. I hope Ashley's okay. Well, I do too. So if you've never played this game before, which I suspect isn't very many at this point, because this game came out 14 years ago, which is wild to me. I'm going to keep it spoiler-free. I'm going to keep all the cutscenes going. I'm going to try really hard not to give away anything about this game. We'll talk about the game mechanics in a little bit. There's going to be more opportunities to talk, but right now, I just kind of throw you right into the deep end. Alright. Oops. Okay, we gotta be careful. I did start this game on normal. I thought about doing easy, but here's the thing. I've played this game so many times. It's been a really long time since I last played, but when this game came out, I played it at least 2 or 3 times a year at a minimum. Alright, I gotta remember what the controls are here. Alright, so we have a knife by default. So if you run out of ammo, you can always go to your handy-dandy knife, which isn't great for taking on... I have to be careful what I say here, because per Resident Evil, you'd think it was zombies, but in this game, it's a little bit different than your standard zombies. We'll get more into that as the game progresses. Again, don't want to give anything away. The shooting mechanics in this game are absolutely brilliant. It's very aim-sensitive, so whatever that little red dot is aiming at is what you hit. As you progress through the game, you get upgrades for your weapons to make your aim a little more steady, make your guns more powerful, get more ammo, standard things for shooters, which I like. It interjects almost some RPG elements with leveling up. It's really only for like weapons. So we just saved that dog right there. We didn't have to, but we did. We could have. I don't know if we could have shot him. Not sure. Anyway, we chose to save him, which might come in handy later. We've got some tripwires here, which we can shoot to explode. I'm not going to because, let's see. I'm also really, I'm a stickler for inventory management, so I'll try not to let it consume me throughout this playthrough, because no one wants to see inventory management in a playthrough, but you really have to hone in on making sure you carry what you need. Later on, you can expand your carrying capacity. Again, I have to just reacclimate myself with the controls. So when this game came out, it was 2005. Again, 14 years ago. So I was in college when this game came out for the GameCube. I didn't get it right away. One of my friends on my floor in my dorm room got it. And every opportunity I got, I would go in and watch him play this game. My background with the game is the series is probably, I think the first M-rated title ever played was, I want to say maybe, I can't remember which Resident Evil game I played first. It was either 0 for the GameCube, remake for the GameCube, or 2 for the Nintendo 64. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Resident Evil 2 was the first Resident Evil game I ever played. I thought about playing that, the original, in preparation for the new remake that's coming out. But I would be well into that game when the new one comes out, and I really don't want to be playing both, because, oh dear, did not even see you. I don't want to be playing both, just because I don't mind playing this one, because it's a lot more direct. There's not nearly as much backtracking as previous Resident Evil titles. So I can do this one and that one, no problem. But I want to be able to focus as much attention on the new one as I can. I'm not going to do a video of it. This one's just for me. So you guys get 4.
Leon, how you holding up?
Bad question, Hunnigan.
Sorry to hear that. I'm sending you a playing manual. Hope you find it useful.
I'll take a look at it, thanks.
A playing manual. Here's how you live. Here's how you move. It's kind of funny. I think there would have been a better way to like interject a tutorial, but alright, so it is catered to the Xbox controller, which is what I'm playing with. Alright. Again, I already know all this. I played this game more times than I can count. That's not true. It's probably been less than 100. I just lost count. Alright, so we're going to zoom in, see what's going on. Uh-oh. There's our driver. So, this area is the first village. It kind of breaks away from... It's still linear, but it opens up a little bit more, so there's a little more room to explore. Again, this game came out 14 years ago, so open world was just arriving on the video game scene. But the Resident Evil titles were never open world to begin with, and they have yet to be open world, which I like. It's very... uh-oh. Someone's onto me. Resident Evil games are intentionally made to feel claustrophobic, and this was actually probably the first game that started to feel not claustrophobic. You still have close encounters, and this over-the-shoulder camera angle does contribute to it, because I can't see a whole lot of what's around me. Like that guy up there. Shoot him down. Alright, I'm going to be super careful here. Now that everyone's onto me, there's no reason why I shouldn't just run around, which I'm going to do. I'm going to explore the various buildings, try to remember as best I can where to go. Ooh, what to do. That's not good. I'm low on health. Dying might happen in this video. Dying will happen in this video. Oh, crap on a cracker. Ah, nuts. Inventory. Okay. So when you're in your inventory, the game does technically freeze. So we're going to heal up. The way you heal up in Resident Evil is either with a first aid spray or these herbs. Herbs a name. Herbs with these plants. So we're going to combine these. Green heals you up a little bit. If you combine a green with red, you heal up the whole way. And the red ones you have to mix, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to heal up. And we're going to get right back in the action and try really hard not to die. We've got a ton of bad guys coming after us. Jeez, alright. Alright, come on, controls. I'm already super tense right now. Doesn't matter how many times you play this game, anytime you come back to it, it's just like... It's always a tense treat. I gotta be careful here because this is my first time playing through on the PC, so it's not a repeat playthrough file, it's the first, so I will run out of ammo if I'm not careful. Oh boy. So we've got all sorts of dudes. Let's go in here. I think we can actually block the door, if I'm not mistaken, which will give us a chance to search this building. It's a small building, so there's not going to be much, but there might be just enough to get us some extra stuff. Nothing there. Alright, we got to be careful here, because there's only one way out, and that's the door that we just came through. So we're going to get our stuff. We're going to work our way out. So just to prepare, let's get a grenade out. See what happens, because it's gonna happen soon. You know what? Let's actually do this. Let's equip our gun again, and we'll start shooting through the door because you can do that in this game. So we'll go ahead and start weakening. And now, I'm going to take a hatchet to the face, aren't I? I am. I'm going to do this. Kaboom! Alright, I don't know if you heard that, but he just whispered something as he was dying, and that was Lord Sadler. And I'll get into more of that later, but that alludes to, well, something about this game. Yeah, I was hoping at least one of those would drop something for me. Alright, so we're going to go in here, and I think this is going to trigger... Yeah, it's going to trigger a cutscene.
Who are these people?
So now we're really going to barricade ourselves here.
What are they planning? Chainsaw.
Chainsaws are probably the most horrifying things about this game.
Shit.
If one touches you, you are instantly dead.
Son of
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move some stuff here just to give ourselves some extra protection. We're going to collect whatever ammo we can find. Gold is the currency. It's not actually called gold. Alright, now we have a shotgun. That's going to help. Let's go ahead and push you down. You see there, there's our chainsaw friend. Is there something hiding behind this picture? No. Alright, so we definitely have dudes here. That tells me that there is an area out here that we can get to. Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. Alright, so the chainsaw dude is definitely coming. So we're going to go over here. This is a good place to get ready. Because the only place that they can come through... Oh, jeez. Alright, I'm going to be hitting that wrong button for a few times when playing this game. That's par for the course. Alright, so we got our shotgun. Which will buy us some... Interesting. I thought we'd have to fight him a little bit more, but... This bell they are drawn to.
Lord Sattler.
I thought we'd be fighting a lot more. That's okay.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
It's a pretty intense introduction to the game. So there's your title screen. We've made it into the game. Got an achievement. Sweet.
Hunnigan, I have some bad news. I've confirmed the body of an officer. Something's happened to the people here.
Leon, you need to get out of there. Look for a tower and follow the trail near it.
Got it.
Cool. So now that we don't have to worry about any zombies, I'm just going to call them zombies. We can dispute whether or not that's factually accurate. I don't really care. I was really hoping that we could have defeated the chainsaw guy because they generally reward you aplenty. But before we move on to the next area, we're going to stock up on anything that's left over. I'm going to go ahead and get my handgun back out, just because I prefer to use the shotgun when we absolutely need to, which in that previous encounter we definitely needed to, especially with the chainsaw. Chicken egg, that's another source of health. You find out a lot about what you can do and can't do just by exploring, and anything that has like a button prompt, it's best to just check it out, you know. Alright, so now we have a yellow plant. We're going to go ahead and mix that. So if we mix all three, green, red, and yellow, what that'll do is, I'm not going to use it yet because we're actually at full health, but that will, using the yellow will actually raise our health capacity. That little white bar at the end of the green will actually move, so as the game progresses you get more opportunities to expand your health meter, which is a welcomed addition to this franchise. At this point in the Resident Evil series, I would argue that at the time the series was starting to get a little stale. I think that was just kind of the general consensus by people who enjoy playing this game. Me personally, it didn't matter. I enjoyed it. 1, 2, and 3 were staples to the series. 0 was a good addition. There were some other spin-offs. Code Veronica came out, I think around the same time 3 did. Never played through that one in its entirety, but that one was pretty good too. Just seeing if there's anything else over here. So by 2004, the people at Capcom said, you know, we're going to switch things up a little bit and make this game a little more different. I think I got everything. Let me just check this house over here. So instead of having fixed camera angles where you'd have a scene, an area where your character was, and you could move him around in that area, and the camera wouldn't move. You have sort of a more modern feel, sort of the direction where other games were going. Just picked up an incendiary grenade. That would have been real nice earlier. So let's keep going. I realize that we're kind of far into this video, but it's the first one, so I love this game. All right, let's see what this says. Alert order. Someone's been taking my pictures. Recently, there have been information that a United States government agent is here investigating the village. Do not let this American agent get in contact with the prisoner. I wonder who that is. For those of you not yet informed, the prisoner is being held in an old house beyond the farm. We will transfer the prisoner to a more secure location in the valley when we are ready. The prisoner is to stay there until further notice. Meanwhile, do not let the American agent near the prisoner. We do not know how the American government found out about our village, but we are investigating. However, I feel that this instruction at this particular time is not just a coincidence. I sense a third party other than the United States government involved here. My fellow men, stay alert. Chief Torres Mendez. Alright, so apparently this cult just likes leaving their plans tacked to the walls. That's the first time I've really noticed sun rays coming in. And I say that with a grain of salt, because it's just some lines coming through a window. But hey, in 2004, man, this game was it. So I'm gonna go through here. So this game saw a lot of releases. GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. I hope it comes with a Switch. That'd be a lot of fun. Alright, so we have another part of the village, so we will be engaging here in a second. We're going to go ahead and nab this flyer. We can do it without alerting the entire village. About blue medallions. 15 blue medallions, 7 in the farm, 8 in the cemetery. For those of you who destroy 10 or more will be rewarded. The rest is illegible. So, sort of a mini game, a mini quest. It doesn't really detract from what we're doing. The second I fire this gun, though, it's going to be game time. So there's 15 medallions, and we're going to try to find all of them and shoot them, and we will be handsomely rewarded. Sort of. All right. So now my location has been revealed. It's all good. This is a little less difficult than the previous one. So it's great about the combat system. I mean, the aiming is so fluid, it's so responsive, it just feels right. But you can also do melee, which is just a nice little bonus. And as you progress, the melee attacks that you do become a little more intense. So as these are hit-sensitive shots, I can conduct. If I can get one of these guys to drop to their knees like that, you have the opportunity to kick them. And do some other things later in the game. Okay, I think he lost his machete, so... See, and they're smart, too. The AI in this game is on point. You aim at their face, and sometimes they will sidestep out of the way so they don't get hit. Alright, there is a thing here. If I remember correctly, it's... Okay, so there's different things you can collect in this game, and there were things. Not to progress the story, but to sell them and make money off of. Now, I feel like this one, you shoot it down, but you want to get it before it falls in the dirty water, or else it'll lose value. And I can't remember if you can close it. Oh, yeah, you can. So we're going to close that, and then we're going to shoot this down. And collect it. So later on, we're going to be able to sell that. Won't be for a bit. We've got some stuff to do before we can start selling things. Let's go get that egg. Also, want to be on the lookout for more blue medallions. I think there should be one up here. But we have to be careful because, again, ammo is limited in this game. Which is why you want to check literally everything you come across. Every crate that's like a lighter color than anything else in the game is usually breakable. and sometimes they have ammo, sometimes they have money, sometimes they have things you can sell. Like these guys. These are worth something to someone. Oh, I'm sorry, what? Oh dear. So what's cool too, I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure I will, is you can actually shoot projectiles. Didn't do it there either, but I don't want to get hit. So as he's throwing a hatchet, and there's other things later in the game that will get chucked at me, you can actually shoot him out of the air, which is just a lot of really good detail that went into this game, both visually, which I know 19 years later, it's starting to age. I will be the first to admit that one of my favorite games doesn't look as good as it once did. But all things considered, it's still decent. The color palette by today's standards is kind of stale, but I think it kind of has a nostalgic, gloomy charm to it, if you will. By taking out all the colors and just having this like brownish gray thing going for it, it just really sets the tone and the mood, which I love. There's other games like that came around this time, like Fallout 3, similar color palette. But again, it just feeds into that post-apocalyptic thing, where there's the world's just not quite right. All right, is there anything else over here that I'm missing? Yeah, so you can like slightly adjust the camera angle with the other joystick, but it's a little jerky. You have to be super sensitive with it to get what you're going after. But all right, I know there's some more, but oh, so there's that dog. He's still a little shy. I forgot he came back. All right, let's go up the ladder and make another friend. He's just chilling, and he doesn't do anything until you take like a step forward or 2 steps. There we go. So let's kick him. Kicking him reduces his health, and then you can use your knife to work on taking him out, which is a really good way to conserve ammo, especially this early in the game. That's pretty vital. Some more ammo. Okay, I think there is a hidden thing here. Yeah. I love games that have hidden areas. So here's something that is worth a good bit, but if we hang on to it, there's things you can combine with it to make it worth even more. So as linear as this game is, there's stuff that just builds. It's a game that builds, which is really cool. You have a direction of where you need to go, what you need to do, but there's things that just kind of keep the game always fresh. There was a time, let me get good that egg. I think they fixed it by the time it came out for the PC, but in this area there's a way you could actually glitch through one of these fences and go out of bounds. I'm not gonna do it. I'll show you where it is though. I think it's over here. You know what? Let's go ahead and egg up. Now let's use the yellow. That'll get us a little more health. I think it was it this one? I can't remember now. It's been so long. But there's a way that if you just hit, yeah, it was here. If you jump over this fence at the right spot, you could actually clip into this dirt mound here. But it had to be like just the right spot. You had to hit it like at a bizarre angle. I think they fixed it. I'm not gonna try, but I remember discovering that, and it was just a cool little hidden thing, that little glitch. All right, so yeah, let's go back up the ladder before we leave this area, and then I think once we get to the next area, we'll call it quits for now. But I think there's another medallion over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. We're up to 5. I think there are more in this area. Oh, I see one over there too. Nothing there. Let's try to get you. I feel like there's still one more medallion though after 6 here. What did that thing say? Alright, how do we get to our like documents? Nope. Files, yes. Alert order about the blue medallions. 7 in the farm. So there's still one more here. Where? Oh, I see it. I see it. It's right behind us. It's right there. This will come in handy. Alright, I think this is the door we want to go through next. I do believe. Always be ready. Load that firearm. Alright, so this is our first real QuickTime event. If you're not familiar with QuickTime events, you should be, because it's 2019 and they absolutely started saturating the gaming market about, you know, this time 14, 15 years ago. So we have an event that we only control by pretty much button mashing and pressing the right button at the right time. So we might die. Let's see. Alright, so they're going to push a boulder. We have to press X to sprint. So we're going to just button mash. Get out of here. And we got to do something right at the end. What's it going to be? Alright, so we did it. There's always something at the end. So at that time it was a left trigger, right trigger combo, which we did just right. Sometimes it's I forget what the other button combo is. We should probably figure that out though, because we will see it. Shoot these guys down, collect them. Lots of collectibles around here. Alright, we have a few baddies in here. He's going to tell his friends that I am here. Now I think we're going to start blowing up some of these trip mines. Oh, these guys do have dynamite. Dynamite. If you hit it just right, you can actually blow these things up as they're throwing them. So that's a perfect example of blowing up a projectile, which is just so cool. So cool. Alright, I believe this guy has one. He might have just blown himself up. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? You guys wanna start a fire? Yeah, I don't get hurt because reasons. Man, I just took them all out. No clues here. Let's get and grab the grenade. My inventory's probably getting full. I think there might be one more. I'm hearing something else, which I'll get into in just a second. There is a little treat up here for us. Red cat's eye. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, let's get this guy out. If we go up to our key treasures, this is where our collectibles are found. Now, this is where you can start combining stuff. So this thing, if we check it out real quick, it has 3 recessions on the side. I wonder what they're for. Well, let's work on our combining. So that tells us that there's 2 more things we can put in there, and that was the first one was the red cat's eye. So chances are there's other ones out there. Point being, if you want, you can sell those, which we'll get into that whole thing probably in the next video. Or you can hang on to it and wait until you find the other collectibles, assuming you find them. And they're worth a lot more. Alright. We're probably going to stop it here. I know you hear the pounding. I hear the pounding too. There's something mysterious up there that's making that horrifying, scary sound. But we're going to save it here. And this is a staple in the Resident Evil series where you save your game at typewriters. Sometimes the save is automatic and it prompts you to save it at the end of a chapter. In this case, we're just going to save it here on the fly, on location. And we're going to keep it there. That is the start to Resident Evil 4. I'm going to try to make sure that the videos in the future aren't as long, but it's the first one, so lots of cutscenes, lots of stuff to get into. But I'll try to keep them sub 30 minutes like I generally do on this channel. If you like the video, like, subscribe, the whole works. That would really help me out. Comment below. I promise I'll comment back. I'm really excited for this series. It's one of my all-time favorite games, like I said before. A bit of a deviation from games we've done before on this channel, but I don't care. It's a great game. So you want to hear what that banging's all about? Let's go. No, we're not going to do it. We'll do it on the next video. So until next time, see ya.